I'm going to tell you something you were never supposed to hear, and I need you to listen with the part of your mind that you usually silence, because what I'm about to reveal is the kind of truth that reshapes the way you see people, the way you see power, and more dangerously, the way you see yourself. And I know you weren't looking for this video by accident. Something inside you is tired of being underestimated, tired of being too kind in a world that rewards calculation, tired of giving more than you receive, tired of feeling like everyone else secretly understands a game you were never taught. And that's why you're here, right now, breathing a little deeper, leaning a little closer, because you feel it, that pull, that instinct that whispers this is the knowledge you've been starving for, the knowledge that makes people quietly dangerous, silently powerful, unreadable, untouchable. And today, we're walking into the mind of someone who understood human nature at its darkest and most profitable level. Someone who didn't just study people. He exposed them, stripped them, decoded them, turned them into chessboards where every fear, every desire, every weakness was a move he could use. And his name was Machiavelli. And before you think you know him, trust me, you don't. The world watered him down into quotes, into cliches, into little diluted pieces of advice that sound smart but don't change anything. But his real lessons, his real teachings, they were not made for everyone. They were made for people like you, people who think deep in the crowd, people who feel life intensely, people who carry pain quietly, people who have potential but never had the strategy. And that's why this video will hit differently, because I'm not talking the world. I'm talking to you, the one person who knows they were meant for more, but keeps moving through life without the tools to truly take control. And I promise you something. If you stay with me until the end, not only will you never see people the same way again, you will never see yourself the same way again. And yes, I see you, the way you watch videos like this, because you're searching for that missing piece, that shift, that edge, that invisible weapon that will finally help you protect your heart, your mind, your money, your peace, your future. And right now, before we go deeper, I want to welcome you to Modest Authentique, Dark Psychology, the place where the truths no one wants to say out loud finally get said, where you don't get watered down motivation, where you don't get sugar-coated positivity, where you learn the world as it is, not as people pretend it to be. And I want you to understand exactly what you're going to earn today. Clarity so sharp it cuts, awareness so deep it rewires your instincts, and a level of self-mastery that makes you unpredictable in the best way possible. But for you to get all of this, you need to stay with me until the last word. Not skip, not. Leave early, because every part of this knowledge builds on the next. And if you miss even one piece, you break the entire transformation. And let me say this clearly, because you need to hear it. If you don't like, comment, share, and subscribe after a video like this, something in your subconscious will feel unfinished, like you consumed something powerful and didn't give anything back. And that energy, it stays with you. So don't ignore that feeling. Stay until the end, because now we begin. The first ruthless lesson Machiavelli teaches you is that people don't respect goodness. They respect strength disguised as goodness. And the reason you've been overlooked is because you keep trying to prove your value through kindness, through sacrifice, through empathy. But the world doesn't reward the pure, it rewards the strategic. And what scares people isn't your softness. It's your softness combined with a mind that finally knows how to say no, how to set boundaries, how to walk away, how to see manipulation before it touches you. And the moment you shift into that version of yourself, the entire dynamic of your relationships changes without you saying a word. Because when you understand that being feared and being respected feel almost identical to human brain, you stop trying to please and you start learning how to position yourself. And this brings us directly into the second ruthless lesson. People reveal their true motives through what they fear losing, not what they say they want. So when someone speaks to you, listen less to their words and more to their discomfort, their micro expressions, the small cracks in their confidence. Because human beings lie with their mouths, but they confess with their behavior. And once you understand this, you never get blindsided again. Not in love, not in friendships, not in business. Because suddenly you see the invisible strings behind people's actions, and this is where your intelligence becomes dangerous. The third ruthless lesson is that loyalty is never free. It's always transactional, even if it doesn't look like it, even if it's emotional, even if it's silent, because people stay loyal to what they believe benefits them spiritually, emotionally, financially. And understanding this doesn't make you cold. It makes you conscious. It helps you stop overgiving to people who are only with you for the comfort you provided, not the person you are. And this is the moment you start saving your loyalty for those who've proven they can handle it. And that shift alone can save you years of heartbreak. The fourth ruthless lesson is that the one who stays calm controls the situation always, because emotions make people predictable and predictability makes them manipulable. But when you stay composed, not emotionless, just composed, you become unreadable. And when people can't read you, they can't control you. And this is where your power becomes visible. The fifth ruthless lesson is that most people do not want the truth. They want the version of the truth that makes them feel safe. And when you stop giving that to them, when you start speaking the truth as it is, not as they want it to sound, they'll call you rude, harsh, arrogant. But deep down, they'll never forget your words. Because truth wounds first and strengthens later. And anyone who has the courage to speak it becomes unforgettable. The sixth ruthless lesson is that your silence is more powerful than your explanations. Because explanations expose you, but silence forces others to reveal themselves. And when you stay quiet long enough, people will talk themselves into revealing their intentions, their fears, their jealousy, their guilt, and you won't even need to ask the right questions because silence asks them for you. The seventh ruthless lesson is that the illusion of weakness is more useful than the appearance of strength. Because when you look strong, people challenge you. But when you look harmless, they expose their plans in front of you without realizing you're studying them. And this makes you quietly untouchable. The eighth ruthless lesson is that if you want to control a situation, control the frame. And the frame is simply the meaning you assign to what's happening. Because the person who defines the meaning controls the narrative, and the one who controls the narrative controls the outcome. And once you master this, every conversation, every argument, every negotiation becomes a terrain you can shape. The ninth ruthless lesson is that people repeat their patterns, not their promises. And this alone can save you years of wasted trust. Because once you learn to watch patterns instead of hearing words, you stop falling for potential and start responding to reality. And the 10th ruthless lesson, the most important, the most transformative, is that power belongs to the person willing to do what others avoid, not because it's cruel, but because it's necessary. And when you develop the courage to make the decisions others fear, you become the person others follow naturally, silently, instinctively. And now that you've heard all of this, I need you to sit with a question that's rising inside you right now, the one you don't want to admit but can't ignore. Who would you become if you stopped apologizing for your intelligence, your instincts, your depth, your vision, your intuition, your hunger, your fire? Because everything you want, your peace, your power, your growth, your money, your protection, your transformation, is on the other side of you becoming the version of yourself that doesn't shrink anymore, the version that sees through people, the version that acts with intention, the version that thinks with clarity, the version that doesn't wait for permission. And if this video touched something in you, if it woke something you've been suppressing, if you felt like I was talking directly to your soul, then don't leave quietly. Don't disappear without a trace, because that's what the old version of you would do. The version that stays silent, the version that watches but doesn't act, the version that learns but doesn't transform. And you're not that person anymore. So like the video, comment your thoughts, share it with someone who needs it, subscribe to Modest Authentique, Dark Psychology, and do it with intention, not just support for me, but proof to yourself that you are stepping into the next level of who you are meant to become. And when you come back to watch this again, because you'll notice something new, because this video grows as you grow, and now your transformation begins.